underscored. It has to stick around. Now abideth. God is saying, this ain't you doing, you ain't got nothing to do with this. This is me in action. And now abideth. Look at what happens. Now abideth. Here is present. Y'all didn't get that. I said, see, present. Present, P-R-E-S-E-N-T, right now. Present, P-R-E-S-E-N-T-S. You got some presents right now. And look at them deep. They hang out, even when I don't know they're there. It says, now abideth faith. Now abideth faith. The friend of faith. Here it is, the friend of faith. The friend of faith. Now abideth is there. It won't leave me. The friend of faith. Word there is L-peace. I'm sorry, it is pistis, P-I-S-T-I-S. It is pistis faith, which talks about belief. It is belief, but it is the belief in the system. It is persuasion, and it is belief in God's system. Which means that if you're going to have faith, and you have faith, biblical faith, means that you believe in God's system. You believe in what God stands for. You believe in what God puts forth. It is pistis. Let's talk in tongues. Everybody say pistis. That means faith. Now, come on, now let's interpret. That means faith. It is God's system. As I shared this other weekend, that's what we got to do. We got to, remember that you are in a pistis system. Go by God's system. God says, pray for those who despitefully misuse you. That's what you do. If God says, man, always pray and not faint, that's what you do. If God says, forsake not the assembling of yourselves together, even as some do. See, other folk, the world system says it doesn't take all of this. You don't need to come to church every week. And you don't need to be in church this long. And you don't need to listen to a long message like that. God says, forsake not the assembling of yourselves together, even as some do. God says, cast your bread on the water, and in many days it shall return unto thee thence. God says, cast all your cares on me, for I care for you. That's his system. God says, be ye holy, for I am holy. Be the holy other. That's his system. God says, bring ye all the tithe into the storehouse. Prove me here what saith the Lord of hosts, that there may be meat in my house. God's house is not supposed to operate off of potato chips. God's system does not operate, come on, talk to me here, somebody, off of junk food. And if you try to live off of junk food, guess what you're going to produce? You can't live off of junk food and expect to produce steak or expect to produce the grape. It's his system. And he says, and it'll be your friend. Because it's abiding. Even when some of you ought to be shouting right now, because even when you didn't have faith, faith had you. When you didn't have faith, faith was still there. God didn't give up on you. Come on, somebody. You ought to be shouting right out of your socks, because when you didn't believe, God still believed in you. He kept on believing. He kept on believing. Now by the faith, hope. That's L-peace. Hope. L-peace. I'm saying it really not like it ought to be grammatically said, but we got some baby saints around here and who just continue to allow the enemy to use them, and they'll distract, because the word is spelled E-L-P-I-S. You'll figure it out on your way home. I'm saying LPs. Thank you, Rita. 2, 3, 4, D, got it. L is God. Hope, 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 hope. It is wanting and desiring good and the realistic expectation of obtaining it. It is benevolent good, but a realistic expectation of obtaining it. See, true hope, biblical hope, is not a pipe dream. Biblical hope is knowing that what good I want, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get that. This is why the enemy continues to work so hard in this area by convincing you that you're not worthy. You ain't going to ever get there. You can't have it. There's not enough inventory. You don't have a good credit rating. You don't come from a good pedigree. You don't have an educational degree. But hope says, if God has it, and if God is making it available, I'm going to get it. It may not be right now, but I'm going to get it. Because eventually my tomorrow is going to be my today. And if I can place my faith, if I can get it right at the pistis level, I can place my faith in him. I can ask what I will, and it shall be done unto me. The Bible says, what good thing will he withhold from you? Anybody here know if you rest in him, if you delight yourself in him, he shall grant you the desires of your heart. I got hope. I've got hope. I have hope. Anybody here got real hope? I mean a realistic expectation that what God has made available, it shall come to pass. I have hope. I have hope. I have hope. I have hope, D. I have hope that everything that God has shown me, it shall come to pass. I have hope. I have hope. I said, I have hope. I have hope that the Christian Help Center will truly fulfill her calling. I have hope. I said, I have hope. The Christian Help Center will be more than just a food pantry. I said, I have hope. I have hope. I have hope that FNL Ministries shall aggressively do exactly what God has called FNL to do. That we shall aggressively advance his agenda without apology. I said, I have hope. I have hope. I have hope that New Mount Olive will someday be the church that God has commissioned and that God has called, and that she won't be just a cesspool and a gathering place where we can compare our pains and our pity. I have hope that one day God is going to raise up a church that understands fivefold ministry, and that understands the whole reason that God has kept us alive and has brought us to this place is so that we can produce his purpose and not our will. I have hope that someday somebody's going to get up to testify and not talk about how their big toe is hurting, how their back is hurting, how their head is hurting, but somebody's going to get up and testify of the goodness of Jesus and all that he has done and is to them, and how excited they are to do the work of the church in spite of the adversity, in spite of the calamity, in spite of the challenges, in spite of the confrontation. I have hope. and it shall come to pass. And that's all I got to say. Now abideth faith, hope, charity. 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 Charity, love, man, charity. The greatest of these is charity. The word there is agape. It is not found in classic Greek. But it is defining in that agape love, once again, gives. And it gives not what is wanted, but it gives what is needed. That's agape. And it is the greatest. You'll notice that agape or charity comes after faith and hope. And they abide. Now by the faith, hope, charity. Faith, his system. Hope, realistic. Expectation of having benevolence. Agape. It is love. It is the divine presence. It is love. Love that gives not what is decided by the recipient, but by the giver and the giver only. And the greatest expression of agape, mother, John 3:16. For God so loved the world. See, you have no idea how big so is. You can't fathom it. You can't estimate so. You can't begin to estimate love. For God so loved the world that he gave. That he gave. You get an idea. How many mothers do we have in the house? Children who disappoint you, continue to go astray, but you continue to give. You continue to give. Why do you do that? It's the agape in you.